When I first started going to college, I was actually pre-dental. And I continued to do that after I graduated.
Janae Williams, the biology major, fell in love with the chemistry behind the bar, serving up cocktails in higher-end restaurants before the pandemic. And how much would you make on an average weekend?
Ooh, I would make at least $200 to $300 a night.
That all stopped.
All bars will be closed.
Bars must shut down.
That's a lot of people out of work.
In March of 2020.
The shift was very abrupt, you know. It was kind of like, okay, well, we're disinfecting, we're doing this, that, and the third, and then shutdown happened, and then I got the call that we weren't going to open.
She bartended at Bakery Bar, a quaint spot nearly tucked under the Pontchartrain Expressway, where Daubage cakes meet craft cocktails.
My boss called me, and he just told me that we were shut down indefinitely. So it was kind of, you know, I really couldn't do anything. I was in shock. I just sat there for a second. I really didn't know how to respond. And I just kind of took the next few days, you know, just resting for a little bit until I decided to, you know, kind of figure it out.
It was so hard.
Faith Simmons is one of the Bakery Bar owners.
When we got sort of the major restaurant restrictions in late March, we sat down, we looked at our books, we looked at sort of like our business forecast and decided that it was more important to us to focus on long-term sustainability.
A people-minded small business, Simmons said they also couldn't guarantee the safety of their staff. Remember, at the time, no one knew if, for example, putting up plexiglass around the bar was enough. And the city shut it all down to stop the spread.
And Governor Edwards issued a stay-at-home order.
Bars and nightclubs will close at midnight.
Could risk losing their license.
A very quiet French Quarter.
Let's do what we can to take care of people now and then hopefully be able to come back strong in the future.
COVID put their dreams of Daubage and drinks on indefinite hold.
So it kind of took a long time for me to process, you know. It took me a few days. I kind of let myself rest and then I kind of freaked out. But after that freak out, that's when I had that talk with myself, like, what are we going to do? How are we going to devise a plan?
She's not just a mixologist.
Hey!
She's a mom.
Give me a kiss.
The pandemic hit as Genevieve was turning 1. Is there any way to describe that fear of what it's like to not know how you're going to feed your baby?
I don't know. It was troubling. It was really hard. I don't know. It was really tough. Unemployment didn't last very long, and it didn't go very long, especially for me with a kid. So I can just imagine how people with multiple kids, you know, were feeling after everything happened. It must have been super stressful.
She started thinking about what else she could do. How could she make money when the bars were closed?
Hey, I'm Janae, and I love creating cute aesthetics with my tech accessories.
A few years ago, I actually tried my hand at blogging, and I really liked it.
When deciding on what to buy, I was careful not to compromise quality for a lower price.
So I decided to try to do it for profit. I created a blog called Everyday Janae, which is about everyday tech accessories.
Are you thinking about customizing your Nintendo Switch?
And it started doing pretty well. I was making money with affiliate links from that.
Hey, I'm Janae.
And that turned into this.
A few months ago, I started making cocktail tutorials on TikTok and transitioned them to Instagram, and they kind of took off.
Super smart, super kind person who's got an incredible palate and is just like a rock star behind the bar.
Now that rock star is running social media for a cocktail training company.
It's like Christmas.
Vlogging. Dancing. But not from New Orleans anymore.
I wanted to stay in the city, but I knew this was the better option for me because it would take some of that stress off of me and also give me the opportunity to kind of grow in a different space. New Orleans wasn't limiting to me, but I definitely could have used a change of scenery for sure.
1, 2.
Family drew her back to Georgia. help with Genevieve while she figured it all out.
I took a month to myself. I stayed up every night after my daughter went to sleep, and I made my website and I started producing content, and I actually started making money.
Now she's in a place where she can help grow not only her own brand, but highlight Black bartenders, helping in the battle for equity and social justice for Black Americans.
Calls for justice in Floyd's death is going on across the U.S.
I'm so tired of worrying about my family.
Even in New Orleans, it was rare that I would work with another Black bartender. I can only remember 2 times that I was actually employed with another Black bartender. So it's very rare. And I think that's something that we need to keep in mind going forward about diversifying our staff.
As Bakery Bar began reopening in October of 2020, they made a statement about Black lives too.
We feel it's important to talk to y'all about some stuff that's been on our minds. We believe that kindness is powerful. We believe that each person has worth, that Black lives matter, that people should be paid a living wage and have a right to a safe and supportive workplace.
Both Bakery Bar and Williams are trying to make a difference, only now 3 states apart.